Big changes are shaking up global trade. Starting this week, several countries are suspending parcel shipments to the United States. The cause? Washington just ended a long-standing tariff exemption that kept small imports inexpensive. For small businesses, online sellers, and everyday consumers, that could mean higher costs, delays, and major disruption. Let's break down what's happening, who's affected, and what it means for you. Here's the short version, and what sellers need to know next. For years, the US had a de minimis exemption. Goods worth $800 or less entered duty-free. That exemption was a lifeline for e-commerce sellers on platforms like Amazon, Etsy, and Shopify. But a recent executive order eliminates that exemption for most countries, making all imported goods subject to tariffs. The administration says this will curb cheap imports and protect US manufacturers. But postal systems worldwide weren't set up to collect US customs duties up front, and that's created immediate operational chaos. Many national posts and couriers need new processes and software to handle prepaid US duties, and they don't have time to implement them overnight. To put it in scale, more than 1.36 billion de minimis shipments entered the US last year, millions per day. The policy's legal basis is already being challenged in court, adding more uncertainty. In short, the rule change is sudden, widespread, and postal systems and sellers are scrambling. Next, which countries have already paused shipments, and what that means for cross-border sellers. Japan Post has stopped sending many small parcels to the US. Australia Post announced a partial suspension starting August 26, 2025. Taiwan's Chunghwa Post cited global postal readiness and suspended shipments as well. Other countries across Asia and the Pacific, including India, Thailand, South Korea, and New Zealand, scaled back services earlier this year. Many exceptions remain for letters, documents, and low-value gifts, varying by country. Major logistics players, including some DHL operations in Europe, paused parcel acceptance while they prepare new processes. The practical effect: international parcels headed for the US are delayed, rerouted, or not accepted at all right now. If you're an online seller, that means you may not be able to send to US customers, or must use more expensive couriers. Expect longer delivery windows and increased customer service workload until systems catch up. This hits small businesses especially hard. Boutiques, independent makers, and fashion brands that export small orders. Australian brands relying on direct-to-US orders say the sudden uncertainty puts them in a precarious position. For a single Shopify seller, inability to guarantee US delivery leads to refunds, bad reviews, and lost sales. Alternative courier options mean steep price increases that many small sellers simply can't absorb. Platforms built on cheap cross-border shipping, Amazon, Etsy, TikTok Shop, could see higher prices, fewer listings, and less competition. Some sellers have already announced they will stop selling to US customers altogether. Sellers should consider updating shipping rules, pausing US listings, or communicating delays clearly to buyers. Clear communication can protect reputation while you navigate rate and routing changes. Under the new rules, there are flat charge alternatives to percentage duties. Countries with tariffs under 16% face an $80 per item charge. Between 16 and 25%, that rises to $160 per item. Above 25%, the flat fee can be $200. A $50 shirt could effectively cost a buyer hundreds after fees. US consumers will likely see higher prices and fewer global options. Many small exporters may exit the market. The way the US trades with the world is changing fast. Is this protection or a costly disruption? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for updates.